Will I be getting the Surface Duo 2? Well, it's for me to know and for you to find out. So you're gonna have to stay tuned to my channel to find out.
Let's do this!
Spectacular Gadgets.
What's going on, everyone? It's Tay with Spectacular Gadgets, and as you see, I in fact did pick up the Surface Duo 2. What I have here is the unlocked 256GB Obsidian version of this device. I pre-ordered it off of Best Buy. The 256GB model cost me $1,600. Let's go ahead and do a quick box tour and then get into it.
Spectacular Gadgets.
Just for size reference, take a look at the original Surface Duo box compared to the Surface Duo 2 that's on the right. This totally tells a story, and what that story is as we saw when we unboxed the Surface Duo 2, no charging brick or adapter, no bumper. So let me go ahead and open up the original Surface Duo box, and yes, I keep my stuff all neat and nice. And let me show you what you get. So here they actually included a bumper. You also get, this is the charging adapter, I believe, reading material. And then you also get the cable, like we got the cable in the Surface Duo 2 box. But look at what we're missing. And that's the reason for the size difference in the two boxes. So that's the cable, which they included a black cable, just like we have with the Duo 2. They also have the SIM ejector tool and some reading material. And this is where things start to change up. With the original Surface Duo, they did include a charger, as you see right here, but that's not something that we get with the Surface Duo 2. Here's another thing that's not included this year with the Surface Duo 2, and it's the bumper. Last year, they included it with your purchase. This year, hey, go figure it out. And if I'm going to keep it real with you all, I'm kind of annoyed that they didn't at least include a bumper for this device like they did for the original Duo. They kind of just left us high and dry, and it's kind of annoying. It's like I can understand why they didn't include the charger, but not really, because it's kind of lame. But it would have been nice for them to include the bumper or something for us to put on this device in the meantime. Okay, I'm done ranting. Take a look at the bottom of the device. It's still nice and thin and slim. Here's the top. Closing the device feels as smooth, if not smoother, than the original. Take a look at the power button, which serves as a fingerprint sensor, the volume key, and check out the camera bump. Here is my original Surface Duo, and I'm going to check out the difference in size if there is one. And putting them like this, I do see that the original one is a tad bit bigger, as you can see. I like the look of both of these, but I think I'm leaning more towards the Obsidian color over last year's color, maybe because it's new, but they are both great looking devices. Let's talk about the camera bump, and the first thing that I want to bring up is when you want to fold the Surface Duo back so you can type easier or whatever you want to do. Check out what the camera bump does as far as this gap. Now, it's not huge, but it is a difference from last year. Without this bumper, when you fold it back, it would lay flat. So technically you went from flat to gap. And this may bother some people and may not be a big deal to others. Placing an open Surface Duo 2 on a flat surface, this is what you're going to get. I am pressing and holding the power button, and again, the power button also serves as the fingerprint sensor. I've made it to the setup screen on the left side. You see hello in a bunch of different languages. On the right, this is where we're going to go ahead and get started. So I hit next. So it says set up mobile network. I'll skip this for now, but I will place my SIM card inside of the device. So set up internet connection. Now that I am connected to the internet, I notice that there is a pretty large update. The size is 608.9 megabytes. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely update the device so that everything is on the up and up. The update took quite some time, but now I can go ahead and bring over my Google data and stuff to my new device. So it's telling me to open up the Google apps on one of my devices. And as you see, I get a quick prompt. So this is just copying over all your Google accounts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go do this really quick.
Spectacular gadgets.
Next, I'm going to select which backup I want to use to restore my new device. So they give you a list of whatever devices you have. Select which one you prefer to bring over. Now this gives you a list of everything that's going to be restored. And what I typically do is I unselect call history as well as text message. I never like to bring those over on a new phone. Next, we have the terms, warranty, and agreement information. After all that's set up, now I need to set up my PIN. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my PIN in. Now we can add the fingerprint. And again, the fingerprint is on the side of the device, which is the power button. And I would say that it's going pretty quickly, as you see, just getting all angles of my thumb, of my right thumb, and fingerprint has been added. So just like that, we're good. Now we're going through the little tutorial that they have right after you set up your fingerprint and everything. And this is probably good for people who are not familiar with this device. Just take some time and just give it a glance. Get back to where you were is referring to gestures. So if you want to use gestures instead of the navigation buttons, you're free to do that. And again, just how to go home from whatever task or app you're in. First order of business is to test out the fingerprint sensor. Yes, I'm still installing all of my apps. So this was pretty quick to set up, but let's see how quick it is to unlock. And it is just as fast to unlock. You do not have to press the button and just simply lay your thumb on top of the fingerprint sensor and it will unlock. The next thing that I would like to bring to your attention is that this device does have stereo speakers. One can be found on the right screen on the bottom right, and the second one is on the left screen up at the top left. Now let's see how it sounds.
Spectacular gadgets.
The addition to the rear cameras are a huge difference from last year's model. Let's go ahead and take a look. The first thing I want to do is see the shutter speed, and mind you, I am still installing my apps, but that one was pretty quick. That was my first photo that I snapped and it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and just take a few more and see. And for now, the shutter speed is pretty decent. I'll take a picture of this real quick so you guys can see. And the shutter speed is good. The photos actually don't look bad at all. And if you wanted to, you can hit the edit button. And when you do that, one screen keeps your photo and the other one has different tools that you can use to edit. So if you want to change the size of the photo, or if you want to change the rotation, the brightness, and all of that stuff, it's so nice to have two big screens to be able to see the photo and your edit tools.
What's going on, everyone? It's Tay with Spectacular Gadgets, and I'm recording this video using the Microsoft Surface Duo 2. Now, this is going to give you a good idea of how your video conference calls are going to sound. So when you're using Microsoft Teams or Zoom or something like that, this is kind of what you're going to get. Now, I'm using the microphones directly off of the device, so no external mics or anything like that. So this way you can kind of hear how your audio is going to sound. You get an idea of how your video is going to look. So I think it looks pretty good. So let me know what you think.
Oh yeah.
I'm placing my SIM card inside of the device so I can take it with me when I'm out and about. My SIM card is in and I got a notification on the glance bar. I tested out call quality and it could be subjective though, depending on the person on the other line where they are and their reception. But what I basically got was using the speakerphone was not as good as just using the device up to my ear without the speakerphone on. Both ways they said that they could hear me, but using the device without being on speaker sounded better on the other end. I want to go ahead and take a look at the settings within the glance bar. Go to your settings and then go to Surface Duo features, and you'll see that glance bar is at the top. So on show notifications. So the glance bar is actually toggled on by default, and it looks like there are 4 notifications that the glance bar will show you.
Spectacular gadgets.
It looks like the notification doesn't last very long at all. And if you're wondering, no, the glance bar does not work with the device open, so I just wanted to show you that. The next notification I want to take a look at is how does it look when it's charging. So I'll plug the cable into the USB-C port, and it looks like I'm almost charged or I'm fully charged. The next notification is text messages. So when you do have a text message come in, it'll be a nice big blue, and then it shrinks and it's going to be the very first notification after the time. With this cool glance bar feature added, I wanted to see if sneak peek was still a thing. Now I can still sneak peek like my time and the date, but I do not see the notifications that I received. If you want to see the glance bar again, simply press the power button with the device closed and you'll be able to look at your notifications on the glance bar. Also, just for your information, this device is on Android 11. So as you see here, it's updated to Android 11 and there's no updates as of right now. The next thing I want to show you is some people are concerned about how is it going to be typing or texting when you fold the device back with that camera bump. And to me, like I said earlier, it's not a big, huge difference. So it's not going to really get in your way and you'll still be able to go ahead and type the way that you would have on the original Surface Duo. You have 2 big screens for productivity and you might as well use Groups to be just as productive. Groups is simply 2 apps of your choosing that will open up at the same time on 2 separate screens. I'm going to go ahead and select Professional, and as soon as I did, you see that the sheets opened up and the slides opened up, and you can sit there and have both of these apps open, and I'm telling you, your productivity and efficiency level will go up. It's just so nice to have such a big screen and you have a lot of information on both screens. Let me show you how to set up a group if you're not sure how to. So what you're going to do is you're going to swipe up to your app drawer and just go ahead and select any 2 apps that you want to go ahead and group together. So for the purposes of this video, let me go ahead and just scroll through real quick and see which one I want to add. Once you find the app you want, press and hold until this menu comes up and then simply select Groups. Once you do that, you notice all your apps have this little circle. This is for you to select one more to group together with your original choice. I'm going to select Amazon Music, and then I'm going to select Done. I now have the option to name this new app group if I choose to. So you can go ahead and just press at the top, delete out that, and put in the name that you want. If you select swap, you'll just flip which screen the apps are on. And if you want Amazon Music on the left and Eagles on the right, it'll do that. Hit OK. And then the new group will be added to your home screen as you see here. Then if I press it, both of the apps will open up on their separate screens. The Surface Duo 2 has definitely made some improvements over the original Surface Duo. I'm going to need some more time to go ahead and really dive in and get a good feel for the device. In the meantime, I think this was a really good start for you and I to get to know the Microsoft Surface Duo 2. If you made it this far, I want to say thank you very much, but that about wraps it up for this video. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to chill with me as we go through this journey. And until next time, everyone, I want you all to have a spectacular day.
Oh yeah.
Later.